What's up, guys? Welcome to Chiefs Chat, episode number 62. We're doing a tier list. As you can see, we got quarterbacks on the bottom of your screen, and it's pretty simple. We're gonna place them in the category that we think they belong, and by we, I mean I. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'll zoom in here for you, but as you can see, these are last year's quarterbacks. So there's no rookies, there's no Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. These are all guys that played last year, and I'm going to be ranking them based on their performance from last year. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. So kicking things off, all right, we got the Bears QB duo here, Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. F, no, not D, F. Even though, Nick Foles, he just got that D, Big D Nick. I mean, that's the term, right? Pretty sure. All you troll meme people out there, you tell me in the comments. I'm pretty sure it's Big D Nick. Not gonna say the bad word, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But not this time, Nick. You're not D. You're F. Your performance last year was atrocious. Enough said. On top of the absolutely abysmal performance from Mitchell Trubisky, you guys were bad. Moving on, Big Ben, C, borderline B. I'll be generous. I'll put him a B. He was all right. He was holding down the fort at the quarterback position for the Steelers, doing a great job of leading that team to 11 straight wins, and then things just, they just went to crap. So. That's all I really got to say here. Drew Brees, all right. Let me think. I'm going to say B. He got hurt, but he's still a very, very good quarterback when he's in there. Unfortunately, he retired, which is sad. But when he's playing, he's a really good quarterback. He wins games. Drew Brees, he's a really good quarterback. I would have, before this season started, I probably would have predicted he would be like an S or an A tier. Because that's the level of quarterback that he is. I mean, he's great. We got Joe Burrow. All right. Former number 1 overall pick. When he played, he was all right. He was exceptional, especially for a rookie. But he did get hurt, so I feel like I can't really put him above a C. So I'm going to slap him at C tier. He was a good, solid rookie for the Bengals when he was healthy. But unfortunately, he got hurt due to that absolutely garbage offensive line. So, Cam Newton, D. I was a little disappointed by Cam Newton this year. A lot of COVID stuff happened with Cam Newton. He wasn't starting all the games. It just didn't look good. It wasn't great for Cam. I was expecting better, and I was hoping for better. I love Cam Newton. He's a great player. But I don't think he fits into the system in New England. So, Derek Carr, once again, this guy is a C-tier quarterback. There's nothing that this guy will ever do in his career that's going to take the Las Vegas Raiders over the top. I mean, he can't do anything about it. He's an all-right quarterback. He puts up good numbers. He's got a good touchdown-interception ratio, but he's not the guy that's going to take you to the top. He can't contend in the postseason. He can't. He can't even make it to the postseason at this point. I mean, Raiders, give up on this guy. He's garbage. C-tier quarterback, and he always will be. Tyrod Taylor and Justin Herbert. I'm going to kind of move Tyrod Taylor out of the equation here. He started one game. I mean, let's give it to him. He started one game for the Chargers. I'm going to kind of move him out of the equation here, and we're going to put Justin Herbert at a B tier because he set records as a rookie quarterback. I know for a fact. I mean, as much as it pains me to say, he's going to be an A-tier quarterback next year, and maybe even an S-tier quarterback, in the future. I mean, I'm sorry. Hate to say it. It pains me. But he's a really good quarterback. Moving on, Kirk Cousins, similar to Derek Carr in the sense that he's not... sorry, geez. Oh my gosh. Almost died. He's not going to be the guy that takes you over the top. I mean, he's going to put up good numbers every once in a while, but he's not going to be the guy that competes in the postseason. We've seen it time and time again. The only team the Vikings can beat are the Saints. They can't beat any other team in the postseason. It just doesn't happen. And it's because of this guy right here, Kirk Cousins. A solid quarterback. And I'll say this, Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins, they're good enough quarterbacks to stay on your team. They're good enough quarterbacks to trick you into thinking they're a franchise quarterback. But when it comes to postseason play, garbage. It happens every year. I mean, these teams have to learn, but they never do. Dak Prescott, well, I mean, he got hurt. I don't know what I'm thinking. D. He was setting records before he got hurt. Actually, I'll put him at C. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll put him at C. In the same row as Joe Burrow, because like it's hard to rank the person that got hurt. I mean, he was really good when he was playing, setting passing records. I mean, he was on pace to break the single season passing yards title. He was on pace to break that, but he got hurt. All right, so Sam Darnold. Now I'm going to be generous and put him at C. He didn't play well. We all saw it on the field. He wasn't good. But cut him some slack. I mean, this guy has a lot of natural talent. He's a very, very solid quarterback, and he knows how to throw the football, he knows how to get out of pressure, and he knows how to make plays. But the Jets team, they have absolutely nobody. Nobody on offense, nobody on defense to put around him. It's not looking good for Sam Darnold on the Jets. I mean, thankfully, he's now on a better team in the Panthers, but he was not good with the Jets. I don't think anybody can be at this point. Trevor Lawrence, I'm sorry, you're not going to be good. Here we go. We got Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua. Now, I got to put them at C just simply because of the fact that they couldn't figure out who to put in at quarterback. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick was really, really solid. I mean, he was an all right quarterback, doing some great things, winning games with the Dolphins, until just out of nowhere they decided to throw in Tua, and he played, pretty good. So collectively, a C tier. But individually, I think they both kind of did some good stuff, and they complemented each other well. I really wish that they gave Ryan Fitzpatrick the entire season to really show what he's all about. Now, he's on the Washington football team. We'll see what he does with them. But yeah, I kind of wish that they gave him a little bit more of a chance to really show what he was all about with the Dolphins. Moving on, Jimmy G. Did this guy play more than 5 games? We're going to put him on an F tier. He wasn't good. Jared Goff, C. I'm putting a lot of C tier players here, but Jared Goff, I don't know. He's always been kind of like a B, C tier quarterback. And obviously he's younger, he's got some room for growth. I think he's going to be kind of like a Matt Ryan kind of quarterback where he just kind of like, does some great stuff. But it really, what it comes down to is being able to build a team around him. And they were able to do that in Los Angeles. They were able to build a solid team around him. They went to the Super Bowl. And I'm sure I don't need to remind you guys, they took him to the Super Bowl, but he wasn't able to get the job done. So hopefully he gets to a point in his career where he can be a solid enough quarterback to compete. And I think, he has potential for that. But right now, he's just kind of like a C, B tier kind of quarterback. Here we go. We got, is this Dwayne Haskins? Yeah. Dwayne Haskins. I hate to say it, man. He was not good. It was rough for him in Washington. Ended up getting cut because of how bad he was, just not making good reads. I was rooting for him. I thought he was going to be great, and having Alex Smith, be that guy to really mentor him, I thought he was going to be phenomenal. But unfortunately, that's not how it worked out. The team decided to go in a different direction, and you know what? It's all right. I think he's on the Steelers now. Hopefully, he can rebound his career. I think he can. He has potential to be a really, really strong quarterback. But things just didn't work out in that system with Washington. It's unfortunate. Moving on to Daniel Jones, B. I mean, he wasn't great. He had one big fancy run, ended up falling before he got to the end zone, and then they lost that game. I mean, Danny Dimes. Seems like there's a lot more Danny than there are dimes. Not a lot of dimes. Not doing a great job. Lamar Jackson. Action Jackson, where's that? He's A tier quarterback. Lamar Jackson, I'll give him props. He's a very, very dynamic player. He can run, he can throw, he can do everything. I mean, he's great. He played wide receiver in college. I mean, this guy knows how to play every single position. That's the thing I like about Lamar Jackson. He can do pretty much anything. So, putting him at A tier. Gotta love it. Patty, S tier, should have been MVP. Drew Lock, man, hard to not. It's just like, if there was like a D minus tier, he would fit right into it. I'm gonna put him at D, just to pay respects for the former Mizzou quarterback. He was not good this year, not good for the Broncos. He was injured. COVID stuff happened, I think. It was rough. Baker. Put him a B tier, I think. B tier quarterback. A lot of people throw trash at Baker. But look what he's doing for the Browns. I think he's doing a great job at reviving that franchise. They've had so many first-round quarterbacks come in and just fail. But Baker, he's been able to do some great stuff. Good job, Baker. Gotta love it. Gardner Minshew, I'm sorry. I hate to say it. He was horrible with the Jaguars. Not doing great stuff. We saw a lot of potential back when he played the Chiefs. That was the first time he really got some playing time. And then he started the rest of the season, his rookie year. But he wasn't able to capitalize on that momentum. He's just having a hard time. I'm not sure if he's going to stay with the Jaguars at this point because, the Jaguars, who did they pick up? They picked up Trevor Lawrence, didn't they? Am I crazy? They didn't. Yeah, they did. I'm crazy. I don't know what to talk about. I think I just said the Jets. I keep mixing it up. The Jets got, what's his name? Zach Wilson. I keep messing it up. I'm sorry. But yeah, the Jaguars did get Trevor Lawrence. So, Gardner Minshew, I think he's just on the bench now, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Kyler Murray, definitely B. Putting him at B. I love Kyler Murray. Very dynamic, similar to Lamar Jackson, but I think he's better at throwing the football. And he's got some great weapons, and he's really using those weapons. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins had a career year last year with, Kyler Murray throwing him the ball. And I think he is definitely, slowly improving. I think it was a C tier his rookie year, and now he's climbed up to B. I think next year, I fully expect him to get to A, and then maybe, at one point in his career, move up to S. Kyler Murray is a really dynamic guy. You gotta love him. Phillip Rivers, B minus, I would say. It's hard to fit him into one of these categories, but I'll give him some respect. A fantastic career. He retired, but his final year of his career wasn't a bad one. Did some great stuff with the Colts. Led them to the playoffs. The offense was kind of underwhelming, so just not like the best of years, but it was all right, and I'll give him credit. Josh Allen, definitely A tier. Very, very good. Incredible season for Josh Allen. Very surprising. Not a lot of people saw this coming from Josh. I would have considered him a C to D tier quarterback. Going into last year, he proved me wrong. Very, very, very good quarterback. He's got some great weapons on offense, but he's doing a great job. Okay? Aaron Rodgers, F. I'm just kidding. He's not F. He's a definitely A tier quarterback. Won an MVP award that shouldn't have been his, but props to him. He deserved it, I guess. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Matt Ryan. B. Matt Ryan's always been a solid quarterback. A lot of people trash on Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, simply because of the fact that the Falcons aren't doing well. But you know what? They're not doing a good job at building a team around Matt Ryan. I kind of tried to make this point with Jared Goff. I feel like they're the same kind of quarterback in the sense that they have what it takes to take their team over the top. And Matt Ryan, he almost did it. Jared Goff, he almost did it. They had what it took. They just got stopped by Tom, that trash guy. They got stopped by him. That's unacceptable. I mean, couldn't be me. Couldn't be my team. I mean, we wouldn't get stopped by anybody. But yeah, so unfortunate stuff for them. They could have had themselves a ring, but, they fell short. And that is why I think that they're similar, in a sense. They have what it takes to make it to the Super Bowl, to get themselves on the big stage. They just got to execute. They got to get a good team around them to really punch their way to the finish line. Matthew Stafford, B tier. He's always been solid. He's always been a great quarterback. And, the Lions not having a great season, but Matthew Stafford remains, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater. C. C for Teddy. Wasn't a bad year. Wasn't a good year. Ryan Tanny. I want to sneak him in there at A, but no, I'm gonna keep him at B. I like Ryan Tannehill. He's great, and he really revived his career. I mean, nobody saw it coming when he left the Dolphins. Nobody expected him to blow up with the Titans. I mean, I definitely didn't. So, props to him for being able to do that. Great stuff. But yeah, I think he's B. I don't feel like he's elite enough for me to, shove him up there to A. Definitely still a solid quarterback. Deshaun, all right? A lot has been going on with him in the offseason. He wanted to leave the Texans. He had some kind of weird allegation towards him. Weird stuff. But yeah, kind of some sketchy things going on with Deshaun Watson. But he is still an extremely talented quarterback. Very young quarterback, doing some great stuff, throwing for a lot of yards, taking some deep shots down the field, and he can do some things with his legs too. He's a really good quarterback. So, A tier for me, personally. Carson Wentz. He just didn't have a good year. He's got A kind of, abilities, potential, I guess you could say. But he performed like a C, D. I might put him at C. It was sad. It was underwhelming for Carson Wentz. And that's why he's on a new team now. Russell Wilson, A. Gotta love Russell Wilson. Solid quarterback. Fantastic player. He's always been consistently good on the Seattle Seahawks. He just hasn't really had that year where he's just completely dominated. And once I see that from Russell Wilson, I might sneak him up there to S. I might. So there it is. There you have it. There is the tier list of NFL quarterbacks. Exciting stuff. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Just give me your thoughts in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next Chief Chat. Peace out.